We have made literally thousands of bales on the first harvest of this year, and we actually had plans to double this up, possibly even triple this up. Unfortunately, we've ran into just a couple problems. Being able to make money from these bales is definitely not one of our problems, however. I mean, there's over 3,000 bales in 2 different stacks here. This is kind of ridiculous. No, guys, the problem is not financial. It is, well, Old Forgotten Lands here doesn't seem to want to handle this many bales. And it doesn't even matter where we are out here in the lands. We're having problems everywhere now, which means only one thing. We need to sell everything as quickly as we possibly can. This definitely was not part of my master plan. We wanted to do 2 and 3 silage harvests per year out here on Forgotten Lands and make some sweet stacks come January. Unfortunately, we need to sell these off right now. We're going to take a bit of a hit on profits because the value of these silage bales is not what it could be. But this is what we got to do. We are having obviously tons of frame rate issues, and on top of that, we're actually getting quite a few system crashes based on how many bales we have right now. I think there's too many collisions. I don't know. Looks like about $1.7 million profit, guys. That's not bad from one harvest. Like I said, we were going to do that 3 times almost this year. So it could have been almost $5 million, $6 million. Would have been, well, that would have been amazing. But I'll still take that. But we need to figure out something else now. Well, our new baling solution to the silage has been great, and I think we could make a huge run with this. I think it's time we change things up. Now, we have an option of maybe stacking the bales in sheds, and maybe that would fix some of our issues. I don't know yet. I think we might try something else. I maybe we'll push away from the bale game. Let's push away from bales for a bit. We've got that in our back pocket. Let's try something else. Oh crap, it's frozen again. Yeah, I had to see that coming. There's more issues than we're willing to deal with right now. We're definitely gonna have to change things up. Hold, please. Okay, I think we figured out part of the problem. A lot to do with bale auto-loading systems. We've had to fix some stuff. But because of that, we're going to push away from the bale game for just a little bit maybe, and we're going to try something different. We're trying something different. Okay, well, it's not all that different. We're still making silage, but this time we're going into the pit, and we got 2 massive silage pits we're going to try to fill. This could turn out very poorly, or it could turn out absolutely amazing. We'll have to wait and see. We're going to have to change, of course, some equipment up in order to do this, because this is going to be ridiculous. So, of course, our 9R is going to do tons of great work for us, but we needed a better way of, well, harvesting all that grass for silage. And that's what we've got behind us. Well, on my left, your right, we've got the Colossus. We've got the Colossus harvester that's going to really help make this feasible. Now, we're not doing multiple harvesters just yet. We're going to go with just one to start things off. Now, of course, along with the Colossus, we've got this lizard pull-behind trailer. It's going to be our silage trailer. It is a Titan trailer that's going to do a lot of the heavy lifting for us because it's kind of special. And on top of that, of course, well, you've seen the Colossus. This thing, well, is just going to manage our fields a little bit better than anything else we could possibly have imagined. As far as width goes, it's a bit of a prototype. What can I say? You know what? The fields haven't changed. The harvesting method's going to really make a little bit of a difference for us going forward, I think. Let's get this thing in the fields. Let's get this set up, and let's see what kind of damage we could do and get through this. We've got a lot of silage to go pick up, guys. It's going to take us a hot minute. Get that out in the field. We'll hook up Gertie in the 9R, and we're going to set her just to be right behind us and see if we can follow and trail along. Hopefully she can handle the 9R, but if not, we'll figure out something else. I think for this harvest, though, this is going to be ideal. I'll take care of the Colossus. Gertie can handle the 9R. And you know what? Hopefully, by the time we kind of get into this, see, I've got a plan. I'm thinking ahead. We get through each of these fields. Maybe we can get Matilda out at some point and start taking care of Lime to reset these fields. I don't know yet. That's going to be something we need to figure out still. But for now, it's just the 2 of us. We might need another tractor. You know what? We still got lots of money. But we'll have to wait and see, you guys. All right, so the only thing that really makes most of this possible, guys, is the fact that, well, this Titan trailer that's attached to the 9R is, well, the capacity of it's a little unrealistic. That's where the realism kind of ended. Let's be honest, the realism ended a while back, but I'm just saying that there's a little bit of extra capacity that's added in on that. That's making our lives just a little bit easier, because can you imagine, well, how many times we'd have to dump this thing out? So far, we haven't had to make that trip over to the silage pit, so I'm kind of curious how that's going to work out, to be honest with you. We should be able to get through each and every single one of our fields without unloading. That is kind of the current plan as we work our way through this. We'll see. We'll see how far we get. It should be able to hold all of it. I believe it will take care of every single field with one load. There we go. Just finishing up. Looks pretty darn good. We managed to make it through our first field here. Still got lots of room left in that trailer. Look at that. All right. So let's, we got one little bit to get on the left side here, and then we'll wrap this up and see where we go from there. I've got some ideas, guys. I want to do a little bit of field work. We want to get Gertie on the field work. We're going to try something else out that might revolutionize the way we do this. I don't know yet. We're going to have to wait and see. Gertie, what do you figure? You ready for some field work? I think you're ready, right? Yeah, she's good to go. We've hooked her up with our lime spreader, so we're going to let her take care of that field, putting lime back down. Well, we're going to go and connect the trailer directly to the harvester this time. This will make our life just a little bit easier, of course, right? And now we don't need to have her trailing behind us. It's just going to be an easy one piece of equipment in the field at a time kind of thing. Yeah, it'll be fine. She can handle the liming. We'll handle the harvesting. And yeah, it's going to make a decent go of these fields. And I shouldn't have to worry too much about what's going on behind me. She can handle that field without any supervision. And I, of course, can handle the harvesting without any well, that's a bit of a toss-up. Anyways, we're gonna get through these fields relatively quickly. I think I want to get over to the big field and see what we're gonna get, but what are we at? We only have like 28% of the field harvested, or of the trailer filled up, so I got lots of room to put silage into this trailer still. I was expecting it to be like closer to 75% on the last field. There's still a lot of room in this trailer, you guys. That's kind of scary when we have to unload, but we'll figure that out when the time comes, right? We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Pond field has been completed. Let's head past the farm over to the forest field. Of course, we still haven't dumped anything out of the trailer yet. One thing I did notice, I did not put any of the additive in as well. We'll have to think of that going forward, guys. Maybe we'll add some additive in going forward next year for next harvest and see what we can really make off this, but realistically, we're making so much. Does it matter? Yeah, maybe a little bit. Anyways, we're almost done this. We've got one more. The big field up by town is the last one to get to. Let me finish this off. Maybe we should dump out? I think we might have to dump out first. Yeah, let's go unload. And on top of all that, I need fuel. Actually, how did this get over here? The seed trailer, the seed tender has slowly moved its way across the farm. Huh. How did you get over there? I must not have chalked the wheels very well, but it just kind of rolled over there. Anyways, we need fuel, of course, as well. We might as well do that before we unload this thing. So let me give this a quick refuel. Perfect. In we go. Hey, while we're here, we can check on Gertie, see how she's doing out here with the liming. Looks like everything's going according to plan, at least. Yeah, she's doing all right. Definitely taking her sweet time by comparison, though, guys. I mean, hey, Best Driver and Farmstead did 2 more fields before she even got this one done. Just saying. And of course, the harvester's still filling up. This thing's taking forever to fill up. The tank is so big on this thing. All right, fueled up. Let's go unload into the silage pit. Line her up close to the edge here and open sesame. Come on, unload. Nice and gentle. Just gentle like. It's gonna be a lot of silage, you guys. I guess just grass still. It will be silage, you know, just kind of ease this forward. You know what, if I was a smart individual, just thinking right now, if I was a little bit more intelligent, if I had a few more of the brain waves going on, if I used my super big brain, I probably would have started on the side. I probably, instead of, you know what, I wanted to see how wide it would go. I wasn't quite sure if it would spread out wider when we unloaded or not. So that's why we're going right down the middle, and just judging by how fast it's coming out, we're gonna need to do a couple passes here, to say the least. Just a couple passes. Yep, there's one. And 5 passes later, we have finally unloaded the trailer. Yeah, it would have been better off to start on the side. But anyways, we're done. Let's get back into this field. We're going to the big field. The big field is calling our name. So 5 passes for that. We should be able to get through this massive field in 1 trailer at least, so I shouldn't have to go back. we'll check on Gertie. She's still working away, guys, so I don't need to worry about that. I just got to worry about ourselves. Let's dive into this field. Let's go. So, guys, we're also into September right now. Like, we kind of talked about this beforehand. I would hope to get more than 2 harvests per year off of these fields. This year, we're only getting the 2. So whatever we get from this harvest is going to be sold come January, and we're going to see what kind of profits we make off of these fields just by doing this new method, of course, rather than the bales. I would have loved to have done just bale harvests. I think that would have been a little bit easier, but the issues we caused, of course, we had to change things up a little bit. So we'll see what kind of harvest we get off these. We're going to be selling all this off come January. Now, you may be thinking, hey Klutch, what are you going to do to unload the silage pit? And you know what? If I was a thinking man, I probably wouldn't be a YouTuber and doing this right now, but we'll figure that out around the corner. I mean, there's a couple different options, of course. We'll have to see. Let me finish off this field and we'll go unload this once more time. Once more time? One more time. Field's done. That's it, guys. We are done harvesting. Just gotta dump this into the pit now. The actual harvester itself might be the best way to do this, to be honest. I can't think of a better harvester for getting through this silage pit. It's worked out like swimmingly so far. This is actually fantastic. Just finishing this off. Let's get the rest of this into the pit. Looks pretty good. Now, everything's in there. I do have one other issue I need to figure out before we go forward, and that's, of course, we got to pack the pit. We got to pack the pit, and I don't really have a great solution for that yet. I got an idea. Hang on a second, off to the store. I was just looking for an excuse to buy one of these. Was it D9? D10? D9? I don't remember. I didn't. Don't tip over. Okay, let's go easy. It pushes. It'll push some of the grass around and to flatten stuff out, but it's amazingly heavy, so it packs it fairly well as well, which is fantastic because we have like 5-6 million liters of grass to pack down. So, let me get through all this. This is gonna take a couple minutes. It shouldn't be too bad. Fortunately, the weight is really what I'm looking for. Yeah, we're okay. We're okay. It's okay. We got this. All right, guys. Just kind of wrapping this up last little bit. Looks like we're pretty much good. Yeah, perfect. But just, you know what? It worked out fairly well for the most part, to be honest with you guys. I was expecting this to be more of a hassle than it was. All right, tarps on. We'll see you guys come January, I believe. Looks good, guys. Should be a good profit. All right, so silage is ready to be sold off. Just got to figure out what our best solution is to get this silage out of the pit and load it up into, well, whatever we decide to do with this. Now, of course, the trailer we've got, the Titan trailer, is probably perfect for it, to be perfectly honest, you guys. It holds a ton, and we'll actually make easy use of this. Now, pulling it, I'm trying to find a faster way to pull this trailer. Trying to use the Ford, but there's a little bit of an issue. Yeah, I don't know. The tires, but it's fine. We still got one axle on the ground. Let's unload this. Let's untarp it and see if we can get into this. Now, we need to figure out what our best solution is going to be to unload. And I think I've got an idea. I think, will this work? I was hoping. Oh, I wish. Oh, no. I was hoping the Colossus would let us do that. It doesn't. There was a thought, a fleeting chance that maybe it would do it. Yeah, no luck. Okay, plan B. Guys, I went and picked up a milling machine. These things are dirt cheap. It's like $5,000. And this, I know, will definitely do what I needed to do. But yeah, there it goes. See? Yeah, perfect. This is exactly what I need. This is fine. We can get through it like this, right? We'll just load all the. Oh boy. Let's load it up. There we go. Yeah, see, it's fine. It's fine. We'll get all the way through with this. And that's one way to load up the trailer. I was thinking, I mean, we could also do a belt, right? A belt might work, but the belts are always so finicky. Maybe the milling machine will work better. It's not. I have to admit, it's not great. It's kind of slow. Let me get through this for a bit, and we'll see how far we get. Oh boy, yeah, this is gonna take some time, isn't it? Yeah, it's gonna take a few minutes. All right, so the milling machine, it was okay. It did what it needed to do, but it was just a little too slow, and we had the money, so we picked up the Ropa instead. Yeah, this seems to be a little bit faster. Not a lot, but it does do a little bit. It's a wider swath. It picks up, and I don't have to move it around as much, so I can kind of set it and move things around as I need to. And then we should be able to get through this pit a little bit faster. Still not exactly the best way. We got to find something else. We're going to do this more often. I think we need something a little bit more extravagant. I've got some ideas, but this is going to work for at least, I think, this harvest. Yeah, see, it's making a dent, kinda. Oh, yeah. See, making a huge dent. There we go. We're getting there. We're getting there. We should be able to, you know what? The trailer should only take 2 loads as well, which is kind of nice. We're on our second pass now. 2 loads. We still got lots of room in the trailer. Let me polish the rest of this off as we kind of slowly make our way to the end here. Trailer's gonna we'll have 5 million, I believe, in the trailer. And then there's still like about a 1.6, 1.7 mil we need to put into it after on the second load. Should be all right. Oh, of course, and here comes the snow as we're taking the Ford with a fully loaded trailer. Those back axles aren't even touching yet. That's great. All right, let's sell this off, see what kind of money we make off of one trailer. I mean, it's a little bit ridiculous. 5 million in one trailer, but hey, who's to judge? Oh, don't hit the ceiling. Don't hit the rafters. Okay, good. Just snuck by. That was close. Yeah, that's great. Look at that. Look at all that silage going in. Look at that bank account. That's what I'm talking about. And we made $2.8 million. Holy shnikes, that's a lot. That's a ton. Let's head back and get the rest. Last load, I thought we had more than that. We must have lost a little bit out of the sides of the pit. 1.4 million liters-ish. Let's make the rest of this count, guys. But the money, I've lost track. We only made, what, 1.7 off the last bale harvest. This year, we've made so much more that I don't even know what to think of it. The amount of money we made off this harvest by using the silage pit is kind of ridiculous. And the costs were kind of low, to be perfectly honest. We're not hiring as many workers. There you go, another $800,000. We're over $5 million now in the bank. Guys, we could easily make our 10 million just one more year. That is, that's amazing. I can't believe how much money we made off that. I don't know if I want to do it more, but we made it a lot of money. So guys, what should we do going forward? Should we keep the silage game? Should we mix it up? We've got the money now. I still want to make a bit more money so we can really make a crazy farm. I don't know, 5 million is a lot of money to make this farm up. Maybe we'll use that. So we are over $5 million in our bank account, and for the most people, that'd be enough. Not for this guy, guys. The Colossus has allowed us to make a ton of money using our brand new silage pits, but I'm gonna give myself one more year in order to see how much money I can make. I'm curious if we can make, well, more than we've ever made, number one. And number two, I kind of want to see if I can build something a little bit different out here on Forgotten Lands. So I'm going to need the absolute most amount of money I could possibly make in this next year, to be honest, because it couldn't be expensive if it all comes together. We'll have to wait and see on that.
Another plan? Is it like the plan that got us here in the first place?
So guys, it's early April, and well, we've timed this out so we can actually get 3 harvests off this grass field. Hopefully all these grass fields we have, these hay fields. Now, the Colossus is going to be our moneymaker on this. In fact, I noticed one other thing on this. We're a little bit short on something. Let's go fill her up with fuel and fill her up with silage additive as well. There we go. Now we're going to maximize everything with the silage additive now. That's going to help us make just that little bit extra and dump it in the silage pit. So this is going to be our way of going forward, guys. This is something you might have seen before if you've seen our last video on this. We were going to town with all these, well, this device right now, the Colossus. We've been working our butt off with this thing, and it's been working out pretty well. It's nice to be able to tow the trailer behind, not having to use the John Deere, not having to get Gertie to work along with us. You know what? It may not exactly be fully realistic. In fact, not realistic at all, but hey, it gets the job done, and well, the field sizes are still the same. I mean, that hasn't changed. We're still running the same fields, and we still have lots of work. In fact, I think maybe, guys, maybe we should upgrade something else and try to, maybe we could double up. I wonder if Gertie can run this thing. $400,000 later, we got a brand new Colossus along with trailer and header, of course. I sure hope Gertie can handle the original. We'll see. Let's jump into the field and let's go see if we can a little bit of damage on there. We're going to start over on the lake field. We'll let Gertie handle the original. Oh, by the way, I upped the horsepower on this bad boy. It's a little bit ridiculous. Hold on tight.
Wow. That could be a bad idea.
All right, Gertie's handling the big field. Let's go lake field. In we go. Let's take care of this on our own. I'm gonna feather it a little bit, get used to the horsepower of this thing. She's a little bit speedy when I want her to be, but it's gonna skip if I do that. I don't want to skip. I want to get all the grass. All the grass. Look at Gertie's over there working away. Things are working out just as I planned. I love that. Let's go do the forest field now. We got the forest field and then the big field behind this. Forest field first. And that's all it took. Literally like 5 minutes. Not even. This is the best way to do this, guys. All right. Big field time. It's time to get into the big field. Let's go. This one's going to take us a little bit longer. I haven't heard from Gertie, though, forever. So I guess she's still working away. We're making some good headway on all our fields, though. I mean, seriously, we're just flying through these things right now. This is kind of ridiculous how well this works. Now, about to be full. I'm full of grass. I'm a little nervous. Am I filling up still, or am I just getting rid of grass? I don't know. You know what? I don't know if I'm actually... Oh, that was close. If I'm actually holding onto the grass. So I'm going to go back to the farm at 100 miles an hour. Holy shnikes, hold on tight. Holy... Yeah, we're good, we're good. Let's go see if we can find Gertie and swap out trailers and see how she's doing. She's not even done this field yet. Yeah, we'll swap her trailer out. We'll take this back over and fill it back up. We'll fill up this trailer as much as we can. So we got 500,000 in the other field, or 5 million, I should say, in the other trailer. And this one here, we're at over 2.3 million liters. So 7.3 million liters we got off that harvest. Not bad, guys. Between two harvesters, 7.3 million liters of grass, which we're going to turn into silage. That's not too bad at all. Let's go start dumping this into the pit. Easy does it. Look at, I learned from my mistakes. We're going to start on the side this time. See? Big brain. Look at the big brain on Klutch here. Down the side we go. We're going to empty all of this grass down the side, and we're going to fill this bunker right up. Double back. Do the exact same thing going back. We're just kind of going to go back and forth, I think is going to be the best way for this. Easy back and forth. Easy peasy. Emptied. And let's go grab the big trailer. So that's 2.3 million. We've got 5 million liters still to go into this silage bit. Just a few, just a little bit. Yep, just a little bit of silage got to go in here. Well, it's grass, but it's a good thing we have the Colossus. Perfect, all done. That was not too bad considering. Now I just got to pack it all down, but you guys know what we got. We got the cat. This is the best way. This is the easiest way to pack down a silage bit, I swear. Well, maybe not the easiest, but the best, because it's already done. Perfect. All right, down we go. You know what? I'm going to push the rest of this grass that's down here into the pit as well. We're going to try to maximize, like I said. So up you go. There we go. And another one. Yep, looks good all the way up. Oh, easy. And one more time. One more time. Perfect. All right, guys. Tarps on. Ah, that's what I want to see. All right. We got 2 more silage harvests to do. All right, guys. So same deal as last time. We're into July now, already into July, but this time I'm just going to harvest it on my own. In fact, I was getting problems with the harvester every time we hired Gertie, Matilda. It didn't matter. All of a sudden, we didn't have enough power to run the header. I don't know what they were doing, but they were busting stuff. So I'm just going to leave them alone for now. And I'm going to do all the harvesting myself. I'm doing all the work because that's how I roll. I'm doing all the work. We'll get her all done because really, it's not that big of a deal. We can do this pretty quickly. It'd be nice to be able to let them handle one of the fields, but like I don't mind running there, and then when we're pretty close to full, like we're at right now, I can come back to the pit. I've got 3 fields already almost done here. Actually, all 3 fields are done. I can unload, just do like we did beforehand, right along the side. Nice and easy. Just make sure I'm in the right spot. There we go. And just an easy forward. Perfect. That looks great. And then back in the field to finish it off. Easy peasy. We can handle this on our own. We probably save a little bit of time. I mean, I still have to come back here and do the silage pit myself. I can't trust Gertie with that because, well, it's a little rough to say the least. Not exactly easy. And of course, to top it off, I do need to come in and pack it myself with the cat. Not that that's that big of a deal, but unfortunately I can't get Gertie to do this properly. Believe me, I've tried. I wish I could. It's not like it's that bad, but I need to get up in here. Get on up. Oh, if I don't hit the side walls, that'd be even better. There we go. I think we're good, baby. Ah, there we go. And just pack it all back on down again. Looks like it's going to take us a bit. But it's not too bad. It's not too bad. It takes us like 10 minutes. And then trying to get out of the pit. Easy. If we don't ruin our job there. Oh, we've got a bunch of grass I got to push back in. Oh, well, we've done this before. We'll push it back in, but it looks like that's the end of this harvest, guys. It looks like we should get one more for October. I think October we should have the grass ready for one last harvest this year, and we're going to really fill this big bunker up. I don't think I have the room. We'll find out then. And just like that, it's already into October for our last harvest of the year. We're going to find out how much we get out of our silage. Guys, there's not much to talk about. I've just been making sure that the silage additive is always topped up as much as possible. And we've been working our fields. Just make sure that's done. That's all. So we can make sure we maximize what we get out of this grass for silage. But realistically, you've seen this. This is what we've been doing, is working these fields. on and on. Pretty good deal, actually. It's working out pretty flawlessly as we move over even from field to field. We get them done relatively quickly, but it's pretty much the same thing, it seems like. Except this is different. This is a lot. Why is this moving again? The seed tender and the toolbar have slid over in front of my roadway. Huh. I feel like someone's trying to prank me a little bit here. I guess that's what happens when I complain that everything's working out perfectly. They gotta find some way to mess with me, right? Anyways, we're on the forest field once again for the last time this year. Gonna work our way around this. And let's go dump out what we got in here. We've got 3.4 million liters of silage to dump off. Easy go, up we go. Come on, get up there, Betsy. This is the worst part right here, I swear. Oh, there we go, we're good. Guys, it's pretty full in here. This silage pit's looking a little bit full. I don't know if it'll fit it all in here. Yeah, just barely got it all in, barely. That's it. I don't think I can put any more in here. There's no more room left in this thing, is there? That's a full silage pit if I don't say so myself. All right, so we still have, well, the big field left to do, which leads me to another whole problem is I don't have any room left in a silage pit for this extra grass anymore, guys. We're probably going to get, I don't know, 2.5, what, 3 million liters? No, 2 million liters off this? Where am I going to stick all this grass? I got nowhere else to put it. So I got to come up with a solution for this as we get back to the farm. Let me think of something. I got an idea. I've got an idea. Okay, so obviously the pit on the right is full, but the pit on the left, yeah, it might have turned to silage, but maybe I can get lucky and unwrap it? I don't know. Let's see what happens here. Okay, it's silage now, and oh, it's all grass. If I unwrap the whole thing. Perfect. See, I told you I got a plan. You guys doubt me in my plans. Don't doubt Klutch when he's got a plan. In all honesty, guys, I have no idea why it did that. I just noticed it did it before for some reason. It didn't make any sense to me then. It doesn't make any sense to me now. Just know that it can do that if you try to unwrap the whole pit sometimes. I don't know what's causing it, but anyways, works for me. That means we should have enough space in here, I think, to get, oh, it's 3.2 million. I didn't even realize that. 3.2 million liters more grass into this pit. That's a lot of grass still to put in here. We're going to be in here working away for a little bit. It's so rough. But when it's done, it looks so pretty. It reminds me of like a McCain deep and delicious cake. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? That's what this I don't know what it is, but I just kind of want to eat it. I don't know why. It just reminds me of that. It's like I just can imagine myself with my cake knife. Is that a thing? I don't know. And my fork, and just digging into this bad boy, and taking a big old slice out of it. It just reminds me of a big old cake, deep and delicious McCain cake. I don't know why. It also doesn't get much better when you're packing it. This is the best one. Like, it's so smooth. I don't have to worry about the caterpillar rocking left to right. It just quickly goes and glides across the top. Easy peasy. Yeah, we can get this packed in a matter of a couple minutes. Look at that. 10 million liters of chaff right now in each one of these pits, guys. 10 million liters. That's over 20. I mean, I hate to be the bearer of math news to you, but that's over 20 million liters we've got right now. That's kind of ridiculous, isn't it? Can I get this? Just drive it down, I think? Well, that didn't work out as I expect. You know what? That worked out pretty much as we expected, didn't it? Oh, not again. Just after we crashed the bulldozer, nothing wants to save again. Not again. Come on. Hold, please. Hold, please. Okay, good. I saved the back, or pulled up the backup, and everything seems to be good. We got our 10 million times 2 liters of, well, chaff, and the tarps are going on. All right, guys, that's 2 massive silage bunkers. We got to wait for January to sell this stuff off. Big sale coming. Let's see what we can do come sale time. All right, guys, January's here. It's time to sell off our 20 million liters, hopefully of silage and not grass. You guys remember how we took out the silage out of the bunkers last time? Yeah, the ropa wasn't exactly the best way to do it. It did the job, but it was tedious and not really all that efficient. So instead, we've got this modified belt system now. Don't get me wrong, I'm a little on the side of not sure if it's going to work. It says it is a modified belt that should work. However, I'm not even sure yet. Let's see if I could set this up over here. I'm not sure yet. This might save us or it might not. I have no idea what to expect from this belt system, guys. Let's just set this up. And once again, we're going to use the same trailer, of course, and the truck to launch or haul everything. Launch all of our stuff. Oh, well, they got the grass, which is good. I need to move this grass out of the way. Yeah, all this grass has to go before we get to the silage, so let me move this out first. Well, it seems to be working pretty good with just the grass. Pretty happy about that. Now let's go switch out these trailers. We can take this trailer back over and pick up the silage trailer that we were using, and we'll just store all the grass just in the one trailer. You see what I'm picking up what I'm throwing down? And now let's see if we can get some silage out of this thing. That's going to be the key. Usually you can just kind of put it up against the silage pit, and it'll take it. Even if there's a tarp there, it'll get rid of the tarp that's on. I guess I've got to move the tarp myself before we do this. Oh well. Hopefully this works. Well, that's a good start. Let's fire this thing up and see what we can do. I'm gonna open up. Yeah, that looks good. Let's just open. Let's just get you drop. Oh, I didn't open all that up, you guys. That's strange. It opened up a whole bunch more, but I can see silage already on top of the belt here as we move this thing around. I just got to get this in the right position. We're gonna see how well this thing eats away at our silage pit. You guys see that? Yeah, this is way better than the Ropa. Like way better. Oh boy. Okay. It seems to be eating it up at a very reasonable rate. Very reasonable indeed. So you can kind of see how much of a spot it will actually eat up of our silage pit just with that kind of hole it's in right now. I haven't moved it at all yet. So I just got to kind of align the trailer, and then if I can get the trailer far enough back, we misjudged there. And then we can kind of elongate the belt itself for however far we need. We can kind of unload quite a bit of this at a time if I sit and put this in the right spot. Right? If we put this in the exact right spot, I could probably do, I don't know, maybe an eighth of this whole silage tank, this whole silage pit without having to move the truck at all. You know, if I sit this right in the right spot, I mean, look at that. Look at how much it just takes. It just eats it without even asking a question. Love it. This is perfect. This is pretty good. By the way, this belt system is in the mod hub if you're looking for it, guys. It's in the mod hub. Fantastic. I love this thing. This actually was the job I was most worried about doing when we started doing this, and this belt system actually has made my life so much easier. I'm not sure if there's a better way of doing this. Drop a comment down below if you guys could think of some other way that would work better, or if there's a better mod that I don't know about, but this is working awesome. I mean, KSIM's plan to become a billionaire on Forgotten Lands is coming up big right now. This is great. All right, almost done our first. Look at the dent we made into this pit. We still haven't unloaded. We almost have 5 million liters of silage. And it's full. Let's go unload. Let's see how much we make off 5 million. It's 2.84 mil per truckload. 2.84 million per truckload. We're going to get a few truckloads out of this, to say the least. Guys, this is working out pretty well. It takes a little bit of time to load up, but it's not bad. But once again, second truckload's almost full. We're not even done the first silage pit. Looks like we're going to need 5 truckloads in total to empty it all out. So you can kind of do the math there a little bit. Looks good, though. I'm pretty happy with how this is working out. On to the second pit. Of course, we've got to remove the grass out first because that's just going to cause us problems. And take the tarps off the silage pit. Let's re-angle the belt itself so we're good to go. And time to fill her on up again. Same as before. Best plan ever. This is working out so well. I mean, just take a look at this. Look at how well this silage is moving out of this pit onto this belt system. It just kind of put it in a close little spot, and it just eats away relatively quickly at a fairly large area. This belt's actually pretty amazing. I'm really happy with this. All right, and that's the last of our silage right there. Last of the silage from this pit. We got it all. You know what? Let me get the grass off these sidewalls first, just so that we're ready to go come next harvest season. And let's sell off the end of it, guys. This is it. This is the end of our silage. Oh boy, how much are we gonna have? We're up to 16 million almost. Not much left in here, but another 1 million liters. Maybe I can afford to buy a new truck after all this. I don't think this has been really good for it. Anyways, what do we got? $16.6 million. Guys, we made over $10 million. 11 million bucks? Made 11 million bucks in 1 year. That's like a new record for me, I think. That is amazing. $11 million here out in Forgotten Lands. Crazy to think we could make that in 1 year. So we've got more than enough money to, well, figure out what our next plan's going to be. Guys, we have made millions of dollars after starting from scratch here on Forgotten Lands. And I promise, I want to build up a $1 million farm or a $10 million farm here But first, we need to do something to help us out. We're going to build slowly today.
Will you just take it easy, Alan? I'm in complete control.
I mean, I've got these massive silage pits that, well, really have been our money makers when we pack these bad boys. And I want to find a better way to transport all of the silage we make in these, well, all the way to town, which is quite a ways away. And I'm sick of driving the old Ford all the way there because it's so bad on fuel. So today we're going to build our rail line from our farm into town to sell off all of our silage. But first, I need to fill the truck back up because that's really what I do. Oh man, I've spent so much money on fuel, you guys. This is probably just gonna get worse though, let's be honest.
It's worse. It's so much worse.
Okay guys, so I'm going to start off really quite small. I just want to build a small rail line that can take, well, everything from our silage pit to town and back. I've got a little bit of land right here, and we're gonna probably have to go through that forest, I think. Yeah, I think it's gonna have to go through that forest. I'm gonna try to make it so it loops. There's not enough room to turn anywhere, I don't think, in this area. So we're gonna have to go through the forest, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I got all this open area. Maybe we can make like a staging area in here, like a yard. I don't know how it's gonna work yet, but let's just start simple. We'll build through the forest, and then yeah, like that. And then this way, guys, we can go back through and like around the lake, maybe, if I can kind of just up around the lake. Yeah. And of course we need to have some crossings right in here for our farm. But then the lake is a little bit interesting because the level of the terrain through here is, well, it's not quite level. So I've really got to pay attention to that. And then, yeah, that should be all right. And then I'm going to focus more so on, of course, the forest. Because I'm going to have to try to find a way to make a track through here, guys. Like, this is kind of ridiculous. There's a lot of trees we're going to have to probably knock down in here. We'll just put the rail down first. All right, we got rail down in the woods. We've got to go knock some trees down. Fortunately, I've already got all the equipment to do all that, right? I mean, we did make a whole field with all this equipment. So off to the woods we go with, well, we're just going to knock the trees down. I'm not too worried about salvaging all these trees. I mean, we can maybe do that later on. I just need to make a path. I need to make a path through here. So we're just going to quickly knock down as, well, wherever the tracks went, we're just knocking these all down. Of course, we're going to need to take care of the stumps as well. Let's not forget about the stumps. I got to knock all those out as well. You know, being out here in the woods has got me thinking that it'd be easy to actually use the train to load all our logs up in here. I could probably like take all of these logs and we could make a decent profit from that if we ever need. I know we're making $14 million a year pretty much from our silage, but if I needed money, we could come out here and just quickly knock all these logs down. Let's get rid of these stumps while I'm here. Like, there we go. Easy peasy. All right, all the way through. You know what? If we can try to straddle the tracks is kind of ideal, but sometimes we kind of get off kilter a little bit here. But it's not the end of the world. We'll just kind of quickly knock these down, move these all into some small piles. So if I do decide I want to grab them, guys, I can kind of pick them up later on. Just don't put them on the tracks. That's my big worry. And the stumps, I think the stumps could cause us some problems as well. So I got to really make sure I go back and double check and make sure I get all the stumps out of here. Looks pretty good. Just last couple trees to grab here. I've got probably about 20 trees we had to knock down, but you can see like back there, it's a good path we got here, guys. This looks good. This is going to be, hopefully the train fits. That's the other thing. We'll have to size this up. We'll get a locomotive in here. That's really what's going to cost us the most amount of money. Now, we had probably about 15, 16 million bucks. We'll see. The locomotive is going to cost us the most amount of money, and I'm going to probably get something smaller to begin. I don't know yet. I don't know what to do yet. I don't know. We're not quite sure what we're going to run this with, guys. We've got a couple different options, but we'll start small. We're going to start small, and then if everything works out okay, then we can build from this. Like I feel like this could be an easy way for us to move our stuff around, our equipment around. I mean, this will give us an easy way to get back and forth from town in one trip and not have to worry about, well, trying to fill up the truck 1,000 times, right? I think we're on the last little bit here. Let me just grab the stumps. Come on, get out of here. Perfect. All right. Looks like we've got ourselves a track through the forest. Looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this. We've got this trail built, the rails down. All we got to do now, well, we've got to make the rail track, rails all the way into town from here. But this looks pretty good. We've got a little loading spot here. I think I'm happy, guys. let's take everything back to the farm. I think we're good now. Yeah, get this back over to the farm. As long as I kind of straddle, like it said, we're not going to damage the tracks. We're going to just straddle the tracks. We can drive the forest harvester all the way back in. It's kind of a long drive, to be honest. Yeah, it's a bit, but I got to make sure I got all the stumps. That's my bigger concern. If I didn't get the stumps that are right along the track, that could cause us a derailment. I don't want to do that. All right, so we've got this all done through the woods. Like I said, I want to try to make sure this is perfected a little bit over here, and then I've got to go all the way to town, which is pretty much a straight shot, but I do have some power lines, and we've got some more trees over here I'm gonna have to deal with at some point. Yeah, it's a pretty much a straight part. And of course I also need to make sure we put like a loop track in. So we've got the switch track right here. This is gonna have to double back at some point back over by the lake, and we're gonna have to do something else too, but so far looks pretty good. All the way to town we got to go, and yeah, see, this is gonna double back at some point. All right, guys, so I've made all the track go around town. So we've got a big loop that goes all the way past town and comes back, so I don't need to back up. At least this way it loops and I can always go forward. Makes sense, right? Now, I just need to finish off this part right here. So it's kind of like a figure eight, if you think of it that way. So we got like a bit of a figure eight that comes up around the lake, heads over to town, then comes back the other way and back through the forest. And for this final little part here by the lake, I got to make sure I level all the terrain to make sure we're not kind of going up or down. It's all nice and flat. So I'll just lever this off. All right, let's go test this out and see how we do. We've got our new locomotive. Well, new to us at least, a couple $1 million just for the locomotive. Let's go test our track out and see how this all runs. Let's wind this up a little bit here. We're up to, what, 40 miles an hour? Can we handle the corners at 40 miles an hour? I don't know. It feels like it's a bit fast. Not bad. I got the track changed on the switch track. Yeah, I think we're good. Yeah, let's go. Switch track's heading over towards town. Like I said, I can double back here if I need to. So I can change the direction of the train if I want to head back towards my farm and go through the forest. And last thing we need to check is, well, the barn. We built a barn out here as well, so we can sell all our silage off. This is what we've got to be able to fit through with our train to sell our silage off, and it looks like it's good. Perfect. All right, let's head back over to the farm. One more set of switch tracks to go through as we get back on the main road here, and this is going to head us all the way down to the southern section of the area of the county, and then we can head back through our little forest track and back over to the farm. But I need to test a couple things out though before we get back there, because I want to make sure it fits. So we've got a rail car attached to the train just to make sure this all fits and there's no trees that are too close for it. I just want to make sure there's one rail car, and yeah, it looks like this is going to be perfect. Actually, I was a little bit concerned there'd be like a tree or a branch would hold us up, but it looks like we're good. You know what, best forest logger in farm sim. All right, guys, I think I'm pretty happy with that. We've got our train, we've got, well, one trailer we can load. I don't know if we're going to use these or not, but I'm pretty happy with this. The only thing I've got left to do is, well, I need product to fill it with. So I think it's time we fill the silage pits. Well, at least one of them. Like I said, this is all trial right now. Let's go see if we can cut some hay. And of course, by hay, I mean silage. You guys know that. Anyways, you've seen this. We got the Colossus once again. We're just going to quickly go through our fields here one at a time. Shouldn't take us too long. A couple hours worth of work, and we'll see how many more millions of liters of silage I can go stick into that pit. Yeah, it should be good. This is the big field's almost already done. Almost done. The pond field is already done as well. Like, we can quickly fly through these. Let's zip through this, head over to the old forest field. The forest field, the one we cut down just on the far side over here. And it's a wrap. Let's go dump this all out. We've already got all 3 of the fields are over by the farm. Let's dump these all back out in the silage pit. Our first load. Yeah, a decent amount already. And then we'll probably double this up once we get to the big field that's up by town. That's the massive field. That's our biggest field. So dump this all out. And we'll probably double this up, I'm going to assume. There we go. Last field's already completed. Perfect. All right, that was the end of a quick harvest there. I just wanted to grab as much of the silage as we can so we can ferment this off and then sell this off next month and see how our train system, oh boy, is going to work. Let's go. All right, looks like that's gonna be good. We gotta pack her all down, of course. Get the old cat back out, pack this down as we do. And once we get that all packed up, it should be pretty much done. Let's push all of this up inside so we can maximize and get rid of all this grass. And yeah, I think all it's left to do, guys, is, well, throw the tarp on her. And I think we're good for making silage. All right, let's ferment, and we'll get the silage into the train. So the bunker is about 2/3 full. Silage is ready. Let's try to fill up the old train. We've got everything that's over here. Well, guys, it all has to go into there, and I got to figure that out. That's something we're going to have to do a little bit differently. I think I got a plan, though. Let's try to use this conveyor belt. This is the conveyor system. We're going to need a little bit of an extension on it, though, in order to get it up and inside. So, yeah, we can double up, and hopefully this works, I think. It doesn't want to go in there. I think it's just the car itself, this rail car. I think we need to go with, well, this. Let's try the trash car. I think this one will work for sure. Yeah, there we go. See, I got a plan. I know what I'm doing. We got a plan. All right, let's start loading this in with our little conveyor system. Let's fire this up, and let's see. Come on. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Perfect. Okay, this is great. We got one car going in already. Yeah, it's already full, actually. We didn't take much of a bite out of that. Let's grab another car. And let's grab a few more cars. Yep, load those up. I think we're gonna need a few more cars still. Yeah, we're gonna need lots more cars, guys. We're gonna need a lot more cars. How many cars do we need? I've already got enough. Okay, I got 13 cars full, and we still only have like half of the pit in here. 13 cars. Can this little I was gonna do more, but I don't think this little locomotive can handle much more than 13. So I'm gonna start with this. Like I said, we're starting small. Maybe we can build up later. 13 cars is a lot to try to pull, though, guys. I can't get much above. I could probably, if I really wanted to force it, but I'm really nervous to go much faster than like 15 miles an hour right now. It's okay, we made it very slowly, but it's a trial still. We're testing things out. Don't you worry. We're gonna get through this nice and easy as we pull into the barn. Just slow down, please. The brakes don't work so well either with this much weight. I'm not really surprised. So you just really got to be gentle with it, but we're already unloading. Look at the money going in. Perfect. Slowly unloading all these cars. 13 cars. Yeah, I don't think I've unloaded that many cars in Farm Sim, to be honest. We're looking good, though. It did it all. It's just a kind of a struggle to try to figure out where we're unloading from. I need a caboose man, I think, to help me out. Anyways, got them all done. Let's head back over to the farm and finish off loading this up. Guys, it did it. I'm not surprised, but I mean, kind of surprised that it's working out as well as it is. Through the forest we go with our 13 car train. Things worked out pretty good on the first load. Look at how much silage I still have left to load, though. Let's go and stop, please. Guys, you can hear the brakes. I'm trying to stop.
Warning, it's not stopping.
I must have melted the brakes, but she ain't stopping. Why is she not stopping? Please stop. Come on, please. Guys, brakes are on as much as I can put them on right now. I don't know what's going on. It's not stopping. Please stop. Stop. Come on. All right, so that seemed pretty successful considering everything. Just couldn't stop when I really wanted to. We'll work on that, though. We'll work on that. The train line is working as we needed to, though. Happy with that. It's going to be interesting to see where we go forward. So this is just the start of this. We're going to see if we can maybe expand this train line. Guys, we have built this train line out in Forgotten Lands on our starting from scratch farm to move the 20 million liters of silage we've been getting every harvest season. And you know what? It has been working out surprisingly well so far. I mean, well, you can see we're doing pretty well with this. Well, for the most part. At least every once in a while. I mean, you're gonna run into some problems. This is the least of our problems, but hey, whatever. It's fixable, right? Yeah. Just don't hit the water tower on your way by. So, working out fairly well. Barely squeezing into the barn, selling off everything we can, and then back to the farm we go. Guys, it's been working out really quite well, and I'm surprised with the amount of silage we've been having. Well, some of the better ways of doing this, I think. Through the forest, it's a little on the slow side, I have to admit. I mean, we're running, 21 miles an hour right now? And the braking has been more of the issue, to be honest. I don't need to go too fast, but trying to stop in time has been, well, less than ideal. Come on, baby, slow down for me. Slow. Yeah, there we go, we're good. So, you know what? We had an idea. Let's see if we can double up the locomotives. That should help us, right? Oh yeah, look at. Look how fast we're accelerating. This is fantastic. Oh yeah, this is great. It has taken me forever to get up to this kind of speed beforehand, to be perfectly honest. And now, yeah, this is great, guys. Perfect. Like, I can actually get up to speed. We can slow down before we get into these, and any trouble. Yeah, this is way better than it was. I mean, I think this might be a good solution for that part, and really, there wasn't a problem. It's just this is helping make things just a touch better. And now we can go so much faster. Oh, yeah, about that. All right, maybe I don't need that much speed. Well, we had to know that was going to happen. Let's be perfectly honest. That was kind of bound to happen, wasn't it?
Everything was going fine until you ruined it.
All right, guys, with the success of our farm, I kind of want to build up this train line. I want to use this as our focal point for this farm. This train line is going to be the main way we're going to run a lot of the things around this farm. So I've got to build this up. We've got a whole area of land off to the west that we can use. Let's take over that whole plot of land, build up this train line, and maybe build up this farm a little bit. We're not going to go crazy with the farm build, but we've got a whole area of land. We want to build up this train line. So we're going to need to start by, well, taking out some of the tracks we've previously built, because I want to do something a little bit different in this neck of the woods. We're going to, well, double up with a switch track right here. Throw the switch track down, and then I kind of want to double stuff up. We're also going to need to make another switch track, I think, in this area. But regardless, let's get this kind of situated. So this is going to be a double track right here, guys. So we can put some cars here. We can park stuff. We can move stuff around. Yeah, it'll be great. Perfect. Get that right there. And we need to put another switch track, I think, right here as well. Yeah, we'll get the other switch track right there. Now I've got a spot where we could turn that's going to go back into the back where I got other plans. Now let's build the rest of this double line like I talked about. Just all the way through so we can have a couple cars parked here if I need. I don't know yet what to do with this, but we got extra space. That looks pretty good. You know, I think this is going to work out just perfectly. Everything is going really well with this. In fact, if you guys haven't checked out this train mod in a while, there is new updates for it. So definitely go check out the link down in the description. Jay Weezy's been working on some new stuff for this and has put out some new updates. And looks like my little extra track here is working out perfectly. Love it. Okay, so now that we got that done, we need to build my yard, guys. Look at this. $2 million it's going to cost me to build this big plot. Yeah, it's a few bucks. It's definitely a few dollars. It looks big. It looks good, doesn't it? So there you go. That's kind of what my plan is going to be right here. We're going to be able to come off. I added another silage pit. And then we've got, well, the yard on the far side. I want to build like a shop or a storage area up here for, well, my locomotives, since they are like $2 million, right? I want to be able to build stuff so I can place them and park them. Let's go bring this train up, make sure this is all good. Yeah, switch the track, of course, so we can go up that neck of the woods. And I just want to make sure this track is all good because it does look a little rough in some spots, but I think we'll be okay. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Let me just park this here. And yeah, it's a little rough. Ooh, easy. No, we're okay. And I want to build a shed. Yeah, let's build a shed. Look at that. Okay, so we got a shed down here. I think we're in the middle area-ish. Yeah, let's go see if we can get the train inside of this and see how that's gonna work. I think I might have missed, might have to reset it, but I'm more worried about the height. Looks like the height's good. So height's good. Ah, yeah. See, that looks great. We can park our trains right inside. But I'm thinking the tracks are a little too close to the door. Yeah, a little too, yep, definitely a little too close to the door. I'm gonna need to see if I can realign this a little bit. Yeah, it's on this side too, so realigning is not gonna do me any good. This shed I don't think is gonna work. We're gonna have to, oh no. All right, well, reset the train, please. Yeah, that shed wasn't gonna work. So let's try this shed. This shed's a little bit bigger. And interesting, it's got pass-through bays. Yeah, like you can see this bay here. We could just, oh, come on, really? Guys, I shouldn't, there's space there. Look at, you could, I'm still on the tracks? I don't know if I'm still on the tracks, but there's room, darn it. See if I can fix that a little bit. There we go. See, now we're good. Yeah, see this good. We got the pass-through bay, so potentially I could make it so it drove all the way through, maybe looking forward. But for now, yeah, this looks good, but I can't get it so it fits between the bays. I don't think this is gonna work, guys. All right, I found one that I think will work. So instead of having like multiple bays, we got the one big bay right at the end. One big bay, one giant bay will work. Let's put that down. I've spent a lot of money building and destroying stuff, so we've lost a little bit of cash there, but now I think this one will work. Let's just turn the lights on. And yeah, so we've got the tracks come in. Yeah, see, this should work. I'll just slap the tracks down. We'll build them to the back. And I think this, this is a little iffy. Get it just right. Just right. Yeah. And then from here, I should be able to build it to the back. And yeah, look it looks perfect, right? So now we've got a spot for our trains. Let's test it out, guys. Let's see if this is going to work. All the way back on in. There's no walls for me to collide with, just the roof. And actually, this garage door is like another 6 feet taller than the other ones. Tons of light in this shed. This is great. Perfect, guys. All right. So we've finished the shed part. Now, I've got this other line up to the left that I've got a plan. Well, I got a couple things. Yeah. Well, you can kind of see one of them. I got a plan for this whole area up here. Well, number one, the turntable. We need to be able to spin our trains around. And this turntable, I think, will allow us to do that. Yeah, I think this is going to be perfect. So let's test this turntable out and see how well this is going to work for us. I've changed all the tracks to make sure they're going all the way back to the turntable. How the turntable turns. I don't know. Let's just make sure the tracks are all lined up nice and easy. I can see there's a bit of a jump or a bit of a skip there. Just nice and easy onto it. Seems like it just kind of rolls on fairly well. That's cool. All right. Perfect. Now get out. Let's go into the booth. The control hut, I guess. Control panel. And turn. Tables turn. There we go. It's turning. This is the coolest thing ever. All right, this is awesome. We built our own turntable in Farm Sim on Forgotten Lands. Guys, this is amazing. This is so cool. All right, keep going. Line up. Oh, there we go. Lined up. Looks perfect to me, actually. Right there. Guys, this is amazing. This is the coolest thing I've ever done. I love this. This is great. Okay, not the coolest, but you know what I mean. This is awesome. Let's get the train off the turntable. Make sure this works properly. Easy does it. You know what? This is great, guys. I have no complaints. This is perfect. So good. And we have one last spot to finish off. Last but not least, I need to do my mechanical area where, we can do some repairs, we can wash things, and we can refuel things because we need a lot of fuel. There we go. We got our shop built. Looks good. That should be all right. I think that's big enough for what I'm going to use it for. I just need to build tracks that go into it, kind of like what we did to the shed now. So we'll take the tracks off that switch track and drive it over that way. Just nice and easy. A couple corners. I'll have to swing it back the other direction now. Perfect. And then one short track going in. We'll kind of overlap it a little bit so it fits properly. And from here, I think we just need to put the stopper, the bollard. I don't know what you call this thing. Anyways, it's there. We're going to kind of sideways, but it shouldn't affect us no way either way. It's good. It's good. Of course, we need our pressure washer down along the side. I just need to line it up with the side of the building. Looks good. And then we need our waste of some fuel. Put the fuel pump in, and I think we're good for our little repair area. Yeah, it looks like it fits. At least, well, I can't close the door, but it's good enough to come in and do repairs, I suppose. There we go. Yeah, see, it's fine. Perfect. All right, so I think we're good to buy some more trains now. Here's what we have, the SW1500, but I kind of want to go crazy and pick up the 70 Ace, SD 70. This thing's $2.5 million, though. Oh, well, we're going to buy two of them. So let's get the numbers right. We'll put it up. This one will be the 3,000, I think. And then maybe 3,000 and 4,000 we'll have. Yeah, 3,000 and 4,000 models. That's what we're going to have. And I'm going to buy two of these guys. We're going to get two of these. Let's get $5 million in locomotives. All right, there's our $2.4999 million piece of equipment. $2.5 million. Pretty awesome looking train. This thing is so cool. And oh, there she goes. She's firing up right now. Let's go take this thing and just test out our track, see how she responds going around the whole rail line we've got built here, guys. Takes a bit to get moving there. Oh, that was an interesting horn. Let's go take it around the whole rail line and see how she does. Of course, take her easy. Yeah, it's got the bells. It's got the horn. Yeah, it's great. Let's go back it up. We'll take some cars with us as well, just to make sure that all works out all right. I'm sure it'll be fine. We know the cars work fine. We can fill them full of silage and deliver no problem, but let's just make sure the locomotive can handle these cars. Actually, as I'm pulling out of the station here, or out of the area, and I'm at like the working speed of our other trains. This is crazy. So fast. It's so fast. I'm trying to hold the throttle back a little bit. It's just, it takes right off, like no problem whatsoever by comparison. I'm just not used to how fast I can go with this thing right now. This is pretty incredible, actually. This is awesome. One train, we're flying. Actually, I think we're going a little bit too fast. Yeah, kind of small problem, small problem. We'll fix that. That's just small problem. This, however, is a bit of a bigger problem. Yeah, we don't fit, guys. We don't fit.
I like trains.
Oh, not again.
So we had to raise the barn up a little bit of landscaping, and we just physically jacked the barn right up a couple of feet. I'm just gonna put some little bit of grass down, make it look pretty again, but I think this should work. Yeah, there's definitely a little bit of space now. Yeah, that looks all right. Now the question is, will the train just go through this now? I mean, there's just a lot of hay. There's a lot of straw that's kind of all over the ground that we're gonna have to push out, I guess. That's all. I mean, in theory, it should work, right? Yeah, it should be fine, guys. It'll be fine. Let's just go. Give her a shot. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Yeah, see? Yeah, we're in. Oh, I gotta fix the bogies. Oh, no. I gotta fix that. Of course. Always gotta fix something. I didn't fix it properly. There we go. Let's try this again. Let's go. In we go. In there we go. See, that works out perfectly. That's what I wanted to see, you guys. It's all coming together. Okay, so that's been fixed. I wasn't expecting that problem, but I should have, considering the problem we had with our shed earlier. I think we're good to go. Let's head back to the farm. All the way around over by our new train yard area. Looks pretty good from this angle. I haven't seen it coming down this way yet. And I got to take it real easy around these corners, though. I made these corners a little too sharp back there, and I'm just making sure none of the cars derail. It's happened more than once, to say the least. But our forest area looks good. I mean, especially from first person. I mean, look at that. Coming around. And now we got the new locomotives, guys. I don't have to worry so much about braking as hard. I mean, I can come in here fairly hot, and she will still slow down in time, which is perfect, because, man, that was getting kind of annoying. All right, let's go put the train away. We've got another farm to build, guys. It's almost farm building time. Put our trains away, keep everything secure. I think it is time for us to start building our main farm. Oh boy, this locomotion, or the locomotive area, looks pretty good. The train yard, I'm pretty happy with it so far. First time building one of those. But like I said, we want a new farm today, so all this stuff has got to go. All of it. I'm starting right here with the old log cabin. Log cabin, you're done. It's time for us to get a proper log cabin. 30 grand. All right, that's better than nothing, right? Sell that off. Perfect. All right, guys, let's sell all this stuff off. Get rid of all of our sheds. And time to start building. Let's get the house. We got our $100,000 cabin, not bad. And then, of course, we need our shop with office as well. Boom. That's done. And I've already built the forestry area too. So we got our forestry storage area, I guess. Our forestry shed. That's already been built as well. So pretty much main buildings are already done. And the only thing I've got left really to do, guys, is the silo. We need our $1.2 million silo to put in. The reason I picked this one is it's got the yard for trains to be able to fit in potentially. We'll maybe go into that later on. Of course, I needed silos for our products, our seeds, our lime, fertilizer. So we'll slap that in, another 67 grand. But yeah, this here should look good. We'll just do a little bit of landscaping, and then maybe we can eventually get our train lines to run through that. That's kind of maybe the working process. Looks good, guys. There you go. I think that's going to be good enough for our farm for now. Guys, we've spent almost all of our money on the train line that we built on this farm. Yeah, we built a massive train line with all the silage we've been pulling off. Now, I said I'm broke, but I've got 3 silage bunkers almost filled to the brim. The first one, the smallest one's got about 4 million liters of silage. The bigger one of the bigger ones, it's got just over 10, to be honest, over 10 million liters. And then the other big one is around 8 million. Now I've packed down one, I've tarped one, and I've got to pack down one more still today. So that's what we're going to be starting off by doing. So this is the smaller of the 2 big bunkers. It's got, like I said, roughly 8 million liters in. But guys, I am kind of broke by comparison to where we were. We spent like over $12 million on the train line. So I need to make that money back with all this silage. We're going to sell this off in the next couple of months. Just finish packing this down, and then, yeah. My plan is to sell all this stuff off, and then I've got another plan on something a little bit different. I got something different I want to try to do and see if we can make money that way.
I'm not stripping again.
I'll leave the cat here, and I need to go tarp these 2 off. So we'll tarp those 2 off, And then I'm thinking, yeah, once this is tarped, we should be able to actually take the tarp off the first bunker and start loading that into the train. That's kind of what I'm thinking. There, that looks good. That's a lot of silage. That's a ton of silage. Look at all this silage. Holy shnikes. Yeah, see, I think we'll bring the train over and we could start actually loading it from the first one. We're not going to sell it yet, but we can load it in the train, right? Guys, there's a lot of silage here. It takes so long to load, so yeah, let's go get the train. Let's take the Ford over and, oh, wait a minute. Oh, darn it. I left my door open. Close this up. Don't want the riffraff getting in there. Get the D-gens coming over to the house. Anyways, let's go over to our train. I don't even know what we're calling it. The rail yard? Oh, easy. Over to the rail yard. Oh, rail. Yeah, rail yard. We'll go to the rail yard. Look at all this. Man, the amount of money we spent on this stuff is ridiculous. But I think we will see if we can make good use out of it. I mean, this is not your traditional farm by any means of the imagination, but if we can kind of focus on maybe just using the trains, we can pull a lot of stuff, and we're not spending all the money on fuel for this truck, to be perfectly honest. Let's go inside the office, and I think we'll just grab the shunter. We'll grab like the small train, not the big one for this. Should we just grab that? No, you know what? I got a plan. We're going to use those later on anyways. Yeah, we'll talk more about that. We're going to get the shunters out later, guys, but I think we're going to grab one of the big guys because we're going to need to load like all of our rail cars up with the silage. We've got half of them already sitting here. All half of them. Let's fire this thing up. I love the sound of this. And then when you spool it up, now, half of them are sitting here. We got half already sitting over beside the silage pit. I probably could have just loaded those up potentially. Tough to say, but yeah, it's fine. It's fine. We'll just get it all up and we'll back everything up into the forest. I can't pull forward because we got to make sure we leave a path to drive back and forth to the farm. But when we get up and around the corner here, oh boy, is it the right track? I think I missed the track up, didn't I? Yeah, totally going the wrong way here. Hang on a sec. Reset. That's better. All right, so we're gonna get this all hooked up around the corner. We got the barriers down for now. I'm gonna turn those off in a second so I don't have to listen to them the whole time. But I want to push all these cars all the way back into the forest is gonna be my plan, so that we can load these cars up from the silage pits with the conveyor system we've kind of jimmied up. Seems to be working fairly well, guys. It's not the end-all be-all by any means, but you know what? Not a bad system. Perfect. Looks good. We can switch the track around now, and now we should actually be able to back right on up to it. All right, there we go. Easy peasy. Just don't want to go like ramming speed. That's all. You got to take her easy, right? We don't want to derail anything because that. Well, you guys have seen what happens when I do that, of course. All right, I think everything's connected, guys. Let's just push everything all the way back into the woods and make sure we leave a roadway open here, like I said. We got to load the front anyways first. We're going to have to, I think we'll load a few cars. You know what, we'll load the whole thing up and then we'll just back it up into the woods for the next few months because I don't think I can sell until January. Oh, easy. There we go. It's a little rocky in here, a little rough in here. That looks better. So guys, this is how we're going to load it up. I've disabled the crossing arms so it's not dinging in our ear the whole time. And yeah, I'm just gonna sit here and slowly fill this up with our conveyor system. Seems to work out fairly well. I got some chaff in the very front one, unfortunately, so it's not silage, but I had to get rid of it. Should have done that differently, but oh well. Anyways, I'm just gonna slowly pull this ahead, fill all cars up. Yeah, I think this is going to work out just the way I want it to. Just nice and easy, and we'll fill them all up. And then we should have a little less work to do once January hits when I want to sell all this stuff off and everything will be loaded. We'll tarp off the trailers, of course, but yeah, this will be good. This will be good. I think that's good, guys. I think I got enough of it filled. I mean, it's half empty. I guess we'll see you guys in January. We'll see you in January. Everything looks good though. Well, January is finally upon us. The snow is falling, of course. I guess I don't have to worry about the crappy roads. At least we've got. Well, that's one good thing. So we're taking the train. We got 13 cars, over 3 million liters of silage loaded up in this train so far. I'm gonna try to probably maximize this more at some point, just because of the amount we're getting, guys. It's kind of ridiculous how much silage we have, and I'm gonna need to be bigger. But this one engine, I'm telling you, because we've done this with just the shunting engines before, the little guys. Now switching up to this guy here has got like 3 times the horsepower. Holy shnikes. Like, I'm having zero problem getting up to speed here. In fact, I got to slow her down because I can't go around some of these corners faster than 20-25 miles an hour. right? But we're gonna expand things at some point, I think, with these trains, and I want to see if we can get something where we can get some more high-speed rail. The stuff between like coming out of our farmyard and going up to town here, we got to take our time, guys. It's a little too slow. It's a little too windy. We got to be easy. A lot of road crossings, and then of course going through the barn and unloading like this takes a lot of time as well. Just think when we get double the amount of trains. Yeah, it's gonna be good. All right. I think we're good. So we finished off the smallest bunker. You can see it's empty. I've got to move our train over one line. We got to move over to the right side, I guess. Yeah, we're to the right line. And we got to back it up all the way into the forest to do that, of course. So back it up we go. Right up to the switch. And we can just hop out, flip that switch over. Boom, perfect. Tracks moved over, and now we can go up the right side and we'll load the train back up this time. We got to be closer, right? We only have that little conveyor, and so we got to make sure we're close enough with that bad boy so we can fill from the bunker. It's barely getting the right height. It's a little bit tricky, but it does do a pretty decent job once she gets going. So I'm just going to pull this right up to the roadway, and I've got to start moving all of our equipment back over. Actually, you know what? I did notice there is one more thing that I did notice.
No problem. Oh, do tell.
Yeah, I want to move all this grass out of the way. We got to move all the grass. Let's get all of this grass out of here because this stuff is just getting in my way. There we go. We'll just kind of push all of our grass, and then we don't have to worry. We don't have to fill up and waste one of our trailers with just the chaff. Right? That makes more sense. All right, we've got our conveyors all set up and ready to rock and roll here. Looks pretty good. I think we just got to grab the train, pull it ahead a little bit, and yeah, we can start filling it up with the big one. This is over 10 million liters in this. I think it's almost 11 to be honest. Yeah, there's a ton of silage in there. Oh, this is what happens when you don't check your tracks. Gotta hit those switches. Nice work, Klutch. All right, I think we're pretty much full. Let's head out. Let's go sell all this off. Like I said, we were under the $1 million mark at the start of the day. Well, under the 2 million, sorry, 1.5. Let's see where we're at once we sell all this stuff off, but we got a lot of work ahead of us. Not bad. 14 million. $14 million. That's a pretty successful day, guys. I got plans though. I'll see you guys in the spring. I got plans. All right, guys. So this train yard has got me thinking, what other products do I have that are kind of tedious to move in large quantities that maybe our train could help us with, because it's freaking awesome and I want to use it some more. So I've got a bit of an idea here. What if we started with some livestock? Not just livestock, maybe we did something a little bit different, something that's more difficult to move than normal. And that got me thinking, well, maybe a horse ranch might be a good idea. So I think today we're going to be building our horse ranch. Listen, I don't think we need to make the money, so this seems like a good idea as any, right? So since I want to do as much as I possibly can by rail, you guys, I've already gone ahead and set up a couple rail lines. We're just going to scoot through the forest here. I'm going to show you what I mean. And I want to use, well, this shunter train. I don't know if that's the right wordage or not. But anyways, I want to use this little locomotive here to test out our distances to make sure it's all going to work out. Like if I can get close enough to unload our horses into the pens. I got to think about food, of course, as well, because I'm going to try and transport everything by train. I don't know if it's possible or not right now, but we're going to find out together. So off to the side here, you can see we've already got rails laid. That's where we're put it. Yeah, right off to the side. I just got to get past this little switch here. Perfect. We'll jump on out, flick the switch this time. Hopefully we don't derail again, because that's awkward. And just back this train up down this line here. Now I've got two lines down here. The line that's kind of veering off, that's going to be a future project. This line here is going to be where we're going to put our horse area, our horse stables. Ooh, see what I mean? I got to judge distances better than that, don't I? Yep.
Where'd you learn to drive like that? Grand Theft Auto!
Nothing our trusty old chainsaw can't handle. See, guys, this is why I'm doing this. This is the whole reason. I want to make sure we can fit all this in. Let me just delim all this. Yep, there we go. And we'll get everything to sawdust so I don't have a bunch of sticks sticking everywhere, right? Yeah, gotta do what you can when you can. All right, looks good. Let's back this right on up against where I'm thinking we're gonna put our our horse pen. I think our horse area will just be off to the side of this track right here. I might put a couple of them, to be honest. We'll see how it goes. Let's put her down and see what it looks like. So like I said, I want to make sure we can access this from our train. So we can kind of figure out where it's loading from for all of our horses. I got to make sure it's nice and close to the tracks. And yeah, it's not great. I don't really know if I'm center or level. Yeah, it's not great. Well, that should work right about there, I think. That looks good to me. And if I want to place down a second one, I can just kind of slap it right behind here, I think, right? Yeah. So while we got those placed, we need to find a way to start transporting all our cattle as well as food. So we've got, well, you can see all the rail cars. Yeah, guys, I've got a bunch of rail cars here. We've got 3 cars to transport livestock, so our horses. We can do cattle with this as well if we wanted to. And then, of course, in behind the locomotive here, I've got a small grain cart that we can use to transport oats, I would think, for our horses. I mean, that only makes sense. So I think we're going to buy some oats as well. So I've got to maneuver all this together. I'm going to take, like I said, the shunter. Like I promised you guys, I was going to use the little guy today. We brought the little fella out this time because I told you I was going to. I think we only have 4 cars on this. So this little shunter should have enough power, right? Should have enough power to take care of all of this. We're just going to go, I'm going to put this, how do I want to do this now? I think we want to have the grain cart at the front. Yeah, so, and then we'll have all the livestock cars in behind. That makes the most sense the way we've kind of got that currently set up. We've got some adjustments still to make to our rail line going by the horse area, and we have, well, we've talked with the town. We've got a livestock area that we've added tracks to, so we can pick up all our livestock directly from rail as well. So I don't need to transport any of our livestock other than with rail right now. So I don't know if there's going to be any money in this, to be perfectly honest, yet. It seems it's so difficult to get numbers on this. Now it looks like we should be able to hold about 30 horses in that pen, for that pasture. So it's not a ton, to be perfectly honest, and there's just not that much money in it. So this is more of a bit of a passion project as we kind of wind our way out here, guys. Yeah, it's kind of a passion project, but you know what? We got to try something a bit different here and see if we can move things around. You know what? We could do cattle, I thought, with this as well, because you could move a lot of cattle with this. And maybe that's something we could potentially do, but for now, let's see how we make do with our horses. I don't know. Do you guys think it's going to work? I don't know yet. So let's get them loaded up. We got to go past. Look at this. We're going right past the pasture. It looks good down here. Like we're really right across the road from where our main rail area is. And it's just funny. You've got to do this whole loop through the forest. And then up towards town we go. Now, the town itself, I haven't had to make too many adjustments to, but we've already got enough rail lines here that we can pretty much go into town whichever direction we want, which is kind of ideal when you're dealing with trains, right? So we do have our purchase area right here, so we could buy our oats right in town. If I could stop, I forgot how bad stopping was with this little train. It's so bad by comparison. The big one stops so much faster, even when you have a full load on it. We're empty and I still can't stop. Load her up. Let's go. Boy, how much is this gonna cost us? I have no idea. This is the smallest grain cart I could find, but it's still gonna cost me quite a bit. And then we got our pasture right here to buy all our horses from. Looks like it's done. Oh boy, over $100,000 in oats. Well, I mean, it could be worse. I don't know. I could have to go harvest the oats. I guess that would be worse right now, which we're gonna have to do at some point, most likely, if we want to keep this up, right? Anyways, here's all our horses. We've ordered them all in. They're all waiting for us. You can see we got the rail line going in there. Just got to get past the old switch once again. Flip that over and back into the train and back it right up and into this pasture. There is a gate that I got to make sure is open as well. Oh boy, nice and easy. Just get around this corner, please. Yeah, this corner is a little bit sketchy, guys, trying to get this back in here. We might have to rework this. We might have to come up here and rework this corner. It's not great. Yeah, it's not perfect, but it seems to be working. Everything's staying on the tracks. Okay, good. Easy. Yeah. And then we can back right on up. We got room even to get more trains going by here if we needed to, right? So we can even park our train cars up in here if we wanted to. They're all looking good. Let's get all these. And by the way, they're fouls, so we're not even. We're starting small and seeing if we can make money off this guy. So the fouls were pretty cheap. Look at this guy. Let's load them up. Look at, they're all inside. Perfect. All right, let's get these down to the farm. Got one car here. We only got 2 cars full. because, well, we can't hold that many in our pasture anyways, so what's the point, right? Let's get these back on down. I hope they don't mind. This is probably safer for them, let's be honest, than me driving normally. Yeah, I'm more cautious with a locomotive than I am in our trucks, I think. I'm pretty sure I'm more cautious. Doesn't mean I'm better, but cautious. Best locomotive driver in Farm Sim? Is that a thing? Look, we're even going right back past our farm again, just so I can get this looped around the right direction. Like I said, we've got enough rail now. We've got the turntable even. We can flip the trains around if we need to. And yeah, guys, I can go whatever direction I need to, but sometimes you just gotta finagle your way through all our farmyards and farmlands to make sure you go in the right direction. Like I said, I want to back. Whoa, easy. I want to back this in. Let's see if we can grab that switch before we train gets there. Flip it over. Don't want to derail. I want to back this whole train back into that line that we made it earlier today. So I needed to make sure we came back in through the farmyard so we'd be facing the right direction. And then just back it right on in. Looks pretty good. Should be relatively straightforward. Let's unload this now, finally. Don't open that. That's a bad idea, I think. Yeah, it's going to hit the train. Let's load all these horses in here and see how this works. It should be fine. I think we've got more than enough space for everything in here. Yeah, I'm more worried about feeding them, guys. Feeding is going to be the problem because the horses coming in here is not a problem. It all works, but I only got 16. I thought I was supposed to be able to get 30 in here, and I've got extra horses now. I have to sell those off, but I got 16 horses in here. Why does it say 30? As for our second plan, loading the grain in, I've come up with a bit of a contraption here to get our oat in here. Let's see if we can get this to work. So it's an auger that we're going to place underneath the train car. From there, it's going to go over to a conveyor belt, and the conveyor belt is going to load it into the right spot, I think. Maybe? Potentially? It seems like a interesting plan. I don't know if it's going to work out that well, but it should be fine, right? Look at that. I mean, nothing wrong with that. Unload. Yeah, it's unloading. It's not just piling up underneath the train. That's a good sign. That being said, I don't see anything here. Why don't I see anything here? What am I missing? What am I missing? What am I missing? Do I have to turn the auger? Might not be on. Let's see if we can turn this auger on as well. Come on, baby, turn on for me here. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is going to work out, guys. I thought we could get oats to come out and just land on this conveyor. Oh, oats not. What do you mean oats not accepted here? That doesn't make any sense. Oats not accept, but it's horses. Of course, it is accepting them. And we do have some in here now. We have 5,000 of food. I'm really not understanding what's going on. We're getting oats out. I don't know, guys. You got me there. It seems to be working. What can I say? I'm at a bit of a loss here, you guys. All right, so I don't trust that oat. I don't know what's going on with that. That doesn't make any sense. I feel like we got food out of that, but I wouldn't put any more in, and there's still room. So I don't know what is going on. I can't get any more oat into that right now. I feel like something's not quite right. So instead, I loaded up a bunch of hay bales. I went and bought some hay bales back in town, loaded them all up on this trailer, and well, I had to buy another $100,000. Guys, I got lots of money, let's be honest. So I bought another $150,000 flat deck trailer, which we'll use for other things. But yeah, it's going to be used to just move bales around for the time being. I could have got some straw bales as well. One step at a time. One step at a time there, senpai. One step at a time. Let's just back this on right on up, and we'll see if we can just toss these bales in. And hopefully that will be a need for the food. Maybe it's because they're young, they're fowls and not foals? Fowls, not fowls. Fowls? Foals. You guys know what I mean, right? They're babies. Baby horses. Let's undo the straps here. Let's get all these put back in place. Yeah, you guys can make fun of me in the comments all you want. I could take it. Go for it. We'll put the bales inside. Let's see if this will take this. I'll just grab this bale and come on down. Thank you. Watch out, equipment, please. And we'll just throw that bale right there. Perfect. All right, so they should have food now, I guess. We'll throw a couple more bales in and looks good. Yeah, guys, I don't know. The hay's there. It looks like base food. I'm assuming that's oat. Am I missing something?
3 weeks later.
Today, we're going to be finishing off the rail line, the crazy rail line we're building all around the county here. And today, it's time we finish it all off. Well, for the most part.
You sure about that?
Guys, once we're done here today, we're going to have a rail line that goes all the way around the county. Like I said, we've been busy already. I've already spent a couple $1 million just building out the track It's not cheap building rail lines everywhere, I'm telling you. And we've gone a little crazy. I've been building, I gotta take some trees down, but I've been building rail line all the way around, which has been pretty good. However, I've also had to go through the middle of a forest, which has been, well, interesting to say the least. Once again, another forest area, not as big as our last one, but still through the middle of the forest with a train track. And then also we've had to build a bridge. I've had to build a bridge. And we're gonna have to build another one still too, because this one's not gonna be enough since we're on both sides of these tracks we're going over top of, guys. We're here, and then we're over on the far side behind me there. There's gonna be another bridge, which we're gonna build today. We're gonna do it together because this is not cheap to build. And I kind of want to do it together, so we're gonna get on that right about now.
Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
So here's the rail line that I want to go over top of. We're on the far west end now of the county. The other bridge was on the east end. We've built all the way around almost to this bridge area, or this track area. I just need to build a bridge over top of it basically now. That's it, and then we'll be able to connect the two and have a full circling encompassing the whole county, which is kind of crazy. Now, you may be asking, Klutch, why the heck are you trying to build this rail line? What's the point? Well, I got more things that I want to build up here. Also, I'm thinking we have enough money now to buy everything. Let me just build this on up. We could buy everything, and if we have farmlands up in the far reaches of the county, we can kind of come out here and farm it, use the train to take all the grains or whatever we might have, and then ship them back home with that, instead of having some kind of a truck, right? Makes sense. Now, let's see, we got this flattened out. We just need to try and judge how close we want it to be to the tracks. And then, oh, good, perfect. We can measure our height. It looks like our height's gonna be good. Yeah, height looks good. I'm thinking we should be able to just expand this out over to where these shrubs are here. And that's where the bridge will go, kind of like right where we have it there. I think right here it should be good. And the height looks fine. I just wanted to make sure the height was good when the train's going by, so you have a bit of an idea how high you need to have that this bridge. All right, looks good from there. Just kind of flatten up a little bit more. We're gonna get rid of this one before we do anything else. And yeah, that's good. Let's get the bridge back on up. And we should be able to just slap this bridge back on down if I can find it. There we go. And like I said, not exactly cheap, but it does a decent job. Look at that. And we're almost centered, which is, I don't really care too much about, but it's there. And now we need to incline these tracks down. We're going to speed her up a little bit and put our inclines all the way down to the corner. Unfortunately, I don't think we can get it right down to the ground, so we're going to have to take a corner at the bottom here. Well, it's still elevated. Unfortunately, you need a lot of space, guys. If you're building these tracks, you need a ton of space, especially if you don't want to go to the maximum, so you can actually take corners at speed. So, you know, if you stay with the 5 or 10 degree corners, it's not too bad. If you start getting up to the 20 or the 30 degree corners, I think it is, you got to really slow the trains down going around those. Anyways, we got them down to a spot right now. The big problem really is going to be trying to connect the train tracks so they're level and they're at the same elevation, I guess. That's going to be the fight, as I'm trying to fight through all here, trying to get this down into place. It's not exactly a science by any means. That doesn't snap together perfectly, but you can usually get them pretty close. I'm going to need to delete the track the train's on right now. We're gonna have to back that train up just a little bit. So as we kind of try to find a way to get these tracks to meld together and meet each other, we've got to really work the corners a little bit here. Now, you can use the corner pieces, the 5 or the 10 degree once again. Also, you can take the straight pieces and just kind of angle them in a little bit of a corner so that the track kind of bends. Unfortunately, we're right up against the edge here, so I can't get the camera quite in the right spot, but you can kind of see we're angling those straight pieces just enough so they're kind of angled towards where I need to be instead of being straight with the original piece of track. You got to use both of them because you're never going to get them to line up. Unfortunately, it's not like a magnetizing, snapping action that connects the tracks together. You got to really work it a little bit to get them into the right spot. So got a few more, and then we've only got the 10 or the 100 meter lengths. So once you get close, you kind of switch to the 10 and you kind of overlap them a little bit and hope there's not too much of a jump. Now, once again, we're going to go back down the far side of our bridge. Once we're going to be using the 5% decline going off the bridge. So we got 5% on both sides. There's 5 through to 1%. So you can really choose how steep of a hill it's going to be. Now, we haven't tried pulling our full train up a full incline yet. I don't think it'll be a problem. 5% isn't that much in the grand scheme of things. However, with a train, you really never know what's going to happen. You know, I kind of got that far corner. It looks like that was kind of twisted funny. Let's see if I can get this to line up close. The other problem I'm going to have, I know we're going to have an issue with some of these. I just know the track's going to be a little bit elevated. We'll have a bit of a jump almost, or just a drop off or a hit when we switch tracks, but it should be all right. So let's go take the train out. Let's go and just test everything out. Make sure we can get all the way around our tracks here, our new set of rail lines. Make sure we can get out and about them, guys. I'm pretty sure it should be fine. It's working pretty good. But just to make sure there's not something we missed, I do want to go with just a quick run around with the locomotive before we have any trains or trailers attached to it, any cargo wagons. I don't even know. Any stock? I don't know. Rolling stock? Any rolling stock, I think is the right. Look at me. I'm a best train driver in Farm Sim. All right, let's see if we can get up the hill here as we ramp up towards our brand spanking new bridge. Now, I know the bridge right now, it doesn't look very nice. I mean, it looks kind of cool. Don't get me wrong, it's neat, but it needs something else. Now, I could really go to town and put a lot of decorations on this and put some nice hillsides through here and just make it look a little bit more realistic. But for the amount of times we're going to be up in this neck of the woods, I'm really not all that concerned for right now, guys. We're right up at the very edge corner. This is going to be more for function than anything else. You're never really going to see this for the most part until once we're done here. So I'm not going to concern myself too much with it. I'm going to build some stuff up here at some point very soon. We'll build something up so it looks similar to the other one. But guys, this is working perfect. Good to know. So that's the kind of thing you just got to kind of watch out for to make sure there's not too many big bumps in the tracks. Everything's kind of lined up. And then if you have that done, for the most part, you'll be able to kind of cook through these, 20 to 30 miles an hour without issue. Even with any of the rolling stock. I think I remember to call it that, so I think I'm going to be able to call it that from now on. Let's head back over to the farm as we go through our little new forested area here. And I think from here on, guys, I'm going to go and see if we can get some of the decorating done on that train bridge area. Make that look just a touch prettier than it already is. All right, let's get to decorating. This shouldn't take us too long, I think. Simple, like a rock cliff. You know what? I was thinking about this as well, looking at the hillside. I mean, we could expand the hillside out further and make it more of like a rolling hill using the landscaping tool to just kind of make a rolling hill here. At the same token, I was thinking I don't really want that. If that makes any sense, I want to use this land up here potentially to farm. So if I have this big hillside here right up against it, I think that's going to cause me some issues. So I'm just going to use rocks for now. We'll build these rock cliffs up and along the side. I think that's going to be the easiest way to do this. I probably, whatever. We're not going to worry too much about it. It's just going to be some rock cliffs on the side here for now. And then we'll use some trees and foliage and stuff maybe to cover the rest. Fortunately, we have enough rocks right now on here to kind of make it so it looks decent. Not perfect, but decent. Like, you're not getting the exact repeating rock everywhere, which is kind of key, right? You can make it look so it actually kind of just belongs there. And then just kind of cover in the rest with some paint. Make sure that looks kind of pretty. Yes, yeah, it's good, guys. And then we'll just slap some trees in. You won't be able to even see it from a distance. You just kind of notice it when you're driving over the train. So slap down a whole schwack load of trees here. Yeah, see, that's exactly what I was looking for. I mean, close enough. The shrubberies, unfortunately, don't work great on this hillside. So I'm going to have to limit myself to that. Anyways, I'm pretty happy with how that's turned out. Looks good. We got the train coming underneath of us right meow. Oh, yeah. See? Yeah, this will work fine. Not going to go crazy on the architecture on this because, guys, I've got something new that we're working on. We got another new project. Yeah, we're going to see if we can push this train line a little bit further. Yeah, and more landscaping, of course. So our train line wraps all the way around, and right on our farm, we're going to have a mine. There's a whole slot of land that was kind of almost meant for this mine area. So, yeah, I know it's not in the mountains, but it's still, there's a mine underground. It's coal down there, I think. Or, it wouldn't be coal. Iron? Iron. It must be iron. Yeah, it's definitely iron.
I'm definitely not wearing my underwear.
For some reason. I don't know why it's out here in the prairie. I don't even know where we are, to be honest. But we're out in the middle of nowhere, and there's iron here. So I'm going to mine it, and we'll load it on the train tracks right there that we just built. See, guys? Big brain. Let's go grab the train. We need the shunter. Yeah, we'll grab the small guy. We'll just grab the small shunter. And I think we got to go connect to one of our rolling stock. Now, I don't think we're going to need the whole thing, so I'm just going to, well, first of all, switch track over and grab just one car. Like these hold 250,000 liters per. I'm not going to need to grab more than that, especially to start off with. Just keep it simple. Let's make our way over to the mine area, guys. Unfortunately, the way this is built, we've got to go all the way around, the way out of our farm and then back onto that main circular line that we've got. We've kind of got to loop all the way around a whole bunch of our farmyards. So that is what it is. Up over past our new horse pasture. Still have some work I want to do on this. Not really happy with the horses. We might have to switch this and maybe move over to cattle. I don't know. The horses look pretty happy. We got some baby horses. We got some foals. You know what I mean. You guys, you know what I mean. Anyways, let's go up and go around. We got to head all the way up and around now through our forest. And you know what the nice thing is? We can kind of get some speed up now and test this and see how she runs with a rolling stock with a car and as well with some power, because I didn't have a chance to really test that out beforehand. I mean, we were up into 45 miles an hour now. We have gone up to 45 even with this little train, the little locomotive, the shunter, which doesn't have all that much power and barely does that without anything. It managed to handle that pretty good. I mean, look at this. We're at 43 miles an hour right now. I think I could probably get to 45, maybe 46. We keep it down. All right, let's load this thing up. Let's see if we can just park it down here on the side. And then let's go take a look at our iron ore and see if we can load some of it up. I don't think we're going to have enough yet. Yeah, that's not going to be enough, guys. We need to wait a bit. All right, that's better. There we go. Just had to wait till the end of the day. Look at that. That's plenty. Let's see what we can do with this. Had to buy a brand new Volvo. I had to buy a brand new Volvo. And once again, another almost $500,000 by the time we're all said and done. The bucket we got in the front of this is, well, big enough, I would say. It's 10,000 liters. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a big bucket, but still, for us to fill that trailer, that's 250,000 liters at 10,000 liters per trip. That means each trailer carry the 6 minus the that's 25 trips. That's still 25 trips we got to make if we want to fill a trailer with our iron ore here. That's gonna be a bit tricky. I thought maybe we could find a way to get the tracks to go right underneath this. Unfortunately, I don't think that's gonna work. I would love to have this just load into a rail car right off the bat without having issues, but I don't think that's an option. We could do this with belt system. I think this big bucket with the Volvo is just as good and does just as good of a job for us. So I think this is going to have to work for right now. And I'm pretty happy with it. All right, let's go take this over. We only had 2 buckets and some, so what do we got? 31,000, something like that. Not a ton in here yet, but it's a great start, right? I just realized we have to go backwards now. Well, we could have went forwards, but it's way faster if we go in reverse. And I've never tried pushing rail cars in reverse like this, so there you go. All right, guys, here is where the refining is going to happen. Now, I need to find a way to get the iron ore out of the rail car and into the refinery, and that's where this auger is going to come into play. Now, I hope this should work. I think it should if I could get under there. All right. It fits. Yeah, it fits, guys. It's fine. It fits just fine. Just jam it in there. If it don't fit, wiggle it a bit. All right, it's good. It's good. Yeah, we're good. Let's see. Can I just move the train? Yeah, see, look, I told you. Nope, too far. Back it up. There we go. I told you it would work. I hope you didn't. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on a second. This should be unloading, I think. Why is this not unloading? Let me just move this around a little bit here so we can get it in the right spot. Like I said, just got to wiggle a little. There we go. See, I told you. It's working. It's definitely working. Holy, yeah, okay, that's a lot. Okay, let me just get this back into place. Let me hang on a second. I just got to move it so it's right in the proper positioning here, and then we'll see how well this works. I'm sure it's fine though, right? Just kind of move the train back into the right spot again, and there we go. It's unloading. Train is unloaded. It's empty. So, yep, there's a lot of iron ore going into this building right now, and the refinery can start happening. All right, guys, today I'm planting some new crops, but before I do that, I need to make me some new fields. Look at this. Oh, it hit the lines. Look at the size of this thing. This thing is massive. That's what she said.
But it's so big and impressive.
We've made millions from our silage farm, but today we're changing things up and we'll be planting a new crop. Once that's done, we're going to be finding a new way to transport everything, and it's a way we've never tried before. We need to start off, of course, by making the field with our massive plow. We're going to go all the way down the tracks here, guys. We've got, well, a long ways to go. You can't even see the end down there. It's such a long ways. We're just going to follow straight line down the edge of these tracks as far as we can go. In fact, we're going all the way to the bridge, so we'll see what kind of money we're going to make off this field. It's not going to be as big as our hay fields, but yeah, it's going to be fine. I mean, it's still a really big field. Oh yeah, it's a long ways down. At least it'll be easy to harvest because it's just long straight lines back and forth. You know what? We've been taking over all the land out here in the county slowly, and now we kind of push this other train out here. This is not my train, by the way. Everything else is my train. This one's not mine. I don't know what kind of business they're running, but my train line's better. Anyways, we're going to finish this off, and I need to plant today, and we're already into May. So I've got to really kind of figure that out. We only have a certain options we can plant. We're already getting a little late in the year to be planting anything crazy. We'll talk about that more in a second. Still need to finish this off. Get back around here. Couple more passes to make. But realistically, I think we've made about a half dozen passes with this massive plow, and things are looking pretty quick already. We're almost done. we are done. Never mind. Completely done. All right, let's get this all folded right back up. We're going to head back over to the farm, and then we can start talking about planting right away because it's time we got to planting. Let's just kind of park this over beside our silage pits and drop that right about there. And then we've got to go grab our big planting unit. We got the big John Deere planting unit here, which we haven't got a ton of use out of, but when we have, it's been pretty slick. Get this back on out and pull this through the pit, and then we got to we got to cross the tracks. I forgot we need seed first. Got to buy some seed. We need to fill this up again. Seed and fertilizer going in. Need both of those, of course. There we go. Looks like, yep, there we go, getting seed. Perfect. All right, across the tracks, like I said. Easy, just don't hit the truck, don't hit the cabin. Just sneak on past, and then over the tracks. Easy. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's a little rough over here. Yeah, she's, oh, come on, over. I need to smooth that out. That's a little bit rough. And then all the way back up to the town site and into our field we go. Unfold the planting head. And yeah, we're going to be putting some beans in the ground, guys. We got some beans going in. Pretty much that or sorghum were my only real options to plant. And beans just made the most sense. So soybeans it is. Now this is quite a ways away from our main farm. So I need to figure out a plan for transporting everything to make life a little bit easier. And I'm kind of looking at it right ahead of us. Spoiler alert. Anyways, I think that's going to be the plan going forward. But we're still a long ways away before harvest season. So there's a couple of things we'll need to take care of before we even get done that. I mean, obviously we got to finish planting this. Then we need to expand kind of our train area. I need to find a way to be able to get that into our silo, that brand new silo we got built. We haven't figured out a way of getting that to unload the way we want to yet. So that's kind of the next thing we need to figure out. And we still need to buy a harvester. So I've got, what, 2 million, almost 3 million bucks in the bank. So that money's all going to go towards that. Since we're done planting now, I can kind of move into the rest of the summer and start figuring all that stuff out. Oh, easy over the tracks again. Head all the way back down to the farm and just kind of easily sneak this back in. Yeah, so we got a plan going forward, guys. We need to expand, well, this train line here. That's really what needs to happen first. Oh, you know what? Let's take it easy this time. Nice and slow. Nice and slow over the tracks. I really should like increase the height of the ground over these pads, and then maybe it won't be such a big deal. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. There we go. Yeah, maybe we'll do that at some point, but for now, let's just get this back away, and then we can kind of figure out where to go to from here, because I got a plan, you guys. I got a plan. So planting is done. We're going to leave the 9R here, and we're going to start working on our new extension to our rail line, where we're going to get our trains into our grain silo. I've also gone and picked up another new toy, but more on that a little bit later. First, we need to build our rail line to go into the shed here, the silo shed, I guess. let's get to work building this up. Now, first of all, I'm going to build the tracks to go right on inside here, and hopefully they can just kind of run all the way through, and I don't know what we'll do on the far side yet, but the next part is going to be going through the woods again. Back through the woods. I'll take the trees down later. I've already kind of scouted this out, and it looks like most of it is flat, so I shouldn't have to worry too much about the elevation. It's just kind of snap the tracks close together as we possibly can as we build this up. It is awfully expensive, though, as you guys see. I mean, the minimum is 10,000 bucks a pop. Oh, let's see if I can figure out where the heck it is. There it is. Gonna try and find out where the tracks go, and then just trying to map everything out by going and zooming out a little bit and trying to figure out exactly where we were to get us nice and close to that other rail line that goes all the way around the county now. There we go. So we found the track on the far side. You can see we built a switch track that kind of goes out on that far side, and that's where we're going to join in on this track. It's not perfect. I would rather if it did like a double fork and we could go either direction. That's something we could possibly do at some other point, but for now, as long as it's joined in and we can kind of snap these tracks in together like this, and then when we come back in, we're always going to be facing the same direction. We could always put a turntable in as well, right? That would be a secondary option. Put a turntable down here like we did before. It's just, you got to make sure you're kind of lined up in somewhat right direction. Now we're going to be getting down to the tricky spot here, because trying to line the tracks up so they're kind of meeting is not necessarily easy. You can do it for the most part with the corners, but then when you get down to the nitty gritty at the end here, we need to kind of angle the straight pieces so that they go in the right direction. Now, I kind of messed up back there, actually. I put an angled piece, and you guys saw that one was elevated. Anyways, there we go. That's the last piece. And it's almost perfect. It's close, but it wasn't 100%. Last thing we got left to do here, we've already taken the trees out. We just got to paint in some gravel, so it looks a little more authentic. And our new train line is already finished. Not bad. You know what? This should work out okay. It looks like we actually made them up pretty quickly and pretty neatly. The line looks pretty good. Tracks shouldn't be any problem for our trains, I don't think. Train line is built. Combine is purchased and at the farm. New field is planted. We're ready for the harvest. I'll see you guys in a couple months. All right, fall is here, and I think everything is ready to go. We've got our combine, we've got our train line set up, like I said. Guys, I think we're good to go, but there's a couple new things. I mean, obviously, we needed to talk about this bad boy, a new X9 John Deere combine we picked up. Yeah, with a 50-foot header and trailer as well. We got the bean header back there. Yeah, this thing should handle that big field, no problem. I mean, it doesn't get much higher on the price point than combines in this thing. We didn't go with the track version, just the wheeled version. But, you know, I was just thinking, there's one thing I need to check just looking at the train. Does the auger manage to get over top of the side of the bed here? Please fit. Yeah, it looks like, why is it not extending all the way? I mean, it fits. That's what I wanted to check, but can you extend? There we go. Okay, that's how you extend it out. I needed to find the right button. I couldn't find the right button to get it all the way out. There we go. Full extension. All right, let's go get the let's go head up there. We're gonna take the auger or the trailer with the header across the tracks once again. Get it over top. Easy does it. Once again, a little rough on the old suspension. I gotta smooth this out. This is ridiculous. Oh, man, it's so rough. All right, come on, Paul. Don't drop the header off the trailer, please. Please just stay on there. Thank you. And oh yeah, we got one more set of tracks to go. This one's better. This one's like the main line. So I guess I didn't build that one. So maybe that's why it's better. Anyways, let's hook up the header, spin her around, and let's get into this field. Shouldn't take us too long with the big 50-foot header. I'm going to let's see if we get a headland done first. We'll see if we get a headland done first, and then I'll go grab the train. We'll bring the train around afterwards, all right? So headland in first, away we go, and then we'll worry about the train. I mean, should I get a full headland? I don't know. We've got a massive big top bin on the top of this, so it can hold an absolutely massive amount of beans. 25,000 we're at right now. 25,000 farming units of beans already in this. We're almost full, though. Almost full. Like, 27,000. We're just about full. And that's going to about do us 27,400. I didn't even know what it was, to be honest with you. There you go. So, absolutely massive amount of beans. We're going to leave the combine sitting right over here by the tracks. We'll go grab the train now, and then we'll meet up together. I had to go buy an extra grain train cart. Yeah, I didn't have a big one like this. We only had the small one for the horses. I got a full-size one. That was 150,000 bucks ish. it is what it is. Over the up the hill, the 5-degree incline, which I know is a little steep, but you know, the little shunter seems to handle it with one car. I'm hoping we can get everything from this field, this harvest, into this one rail car. I don't know if we can or not, but that's what we're going to start with, is see how she goes. All right, all the way back on down past the field. Yeah, this one rail car should be enough. I think it holds a lot, so I mean, time will tell. Let's pull on up, hit the old brakes. Brakes, please. I forgot how bad the brakes are on this train. Yeah, the bigger engines have way better brakes than this thing. The brakes on this are a little bit suspect. It's a good thing we don't have a whole train with us. Let's go grab the combine and we'll, you know what? I didn't check the height on this particular grade car. The other ones are a little bit smaller. The open tops are a bit smaller. I think we should still fit. I think it'll be okay. Yeah, it looks fine. It looks fine. Let's just back this up and boom. Ah, good. Lots of space. You know what? I mean, I measured that. I totally measured this. Best driver in Farm Sim. Totally measured that up and knew exactly what I was doing. There's no question, you guys. No question at all. All right, back into the field we go. Let's finish off this field. That's the first unload. Probably get another 6 or 7. We've already done the far end of the field, guys. We've been down by all the way down to the bridge that we built. We're gonna head all the way back on down, back and forth now. I've got a few loads already in there. I've got a few more still left to put into the train. Yeah, just a couple more still left to go. Not a ton, but definitely enough. At 27,000 liters into this combine every single time, it makes pretty quick work of this field, considering even how big this field is. We could really go to town on this and get some real big fields. We're on our last pass though. And I believe we have about 200,000, I think in my head was about 200,000 farming units in the train. It's going to be pretty close to that. So yeah, that's about, I think we've dumped out almost 8 times off the top of my head. I lost track. I quit counting, and you know what? I got the attention span of a parrot sometimes.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Wait, do parrots have long attention spans or short? I don't know. What do parrots do? Do they think long? I don't know. They could talk better than me, apparently. Get it? Apparently, a parrot, because we're talking about parrots, and apparent because it's. I guess if you have to explain the joke, it's not nearly as funny. Anyways, let's head back on home. We've got 250,000 almost of beans in this thing. That ain't bad. Oh, take it easy. There's a rough spot right here. Let's just watch how the train handles this little dive. Easy, click. Perfect. Okay, good. That little drop has caught me off guard more than one occasion where we might have had a minor issue. But you know what? We're turning ourselves into the best train driver in Farm Sim now as well, just in case you were wondering. Onto the new track finally. There was the switch back there. We're about to head into the woods. First time through the woods. We never tested this. I just kind of slapped it down and assumed it was good. Hopefully we moved the trees far enough away. It looks a little tight, but I think we're going to be all right, you guys. All right, looks good. Into the silo. Oh, boy. Here we go. Didn't measure this once again either. I'm just assuming that this is going to fit inside this shed. We did have a problem when one of the sheds, of course, you might have remembered from a couple seasons ago. This one, hopefully it fits, because I don't have a plan B right now. Easy. Oh boy, yeah, there's tons of room. I mean, I didn't need to measure. I just knew. I just totally could tell. Just sneak on in. Come on to a nice slow stop. Perfect. There you go, guys. Dump that 250,000 liters of beans, farming units of beans going in. 250,000. Perfect. I'm pretty happy. That was actually easy. We could really expand this if we wanted to, Gal, couldn't we? So guys, I think we have done it all. I mean, we have been very generous out here in the community, out in the country here. We've built this whole area up now with farmlands and made this massive farm. I mean, we've got horses, we've got a mine, we've got this massive crazy train line that goes everywhere. We've made millions of dollars from our silage. I think that's about good for us here out in Forgotten Lands. I think we're gonna call it there. So I think this will be the end of this series. We're going to be moving on to something else going forward. So thanks again so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this series. Of course, drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new. And I will see you guys in the next series. Of course, if you want to see a long form version of something similar to this, click on the link in the card. And yeah, check that video out. We'll see you guys in the next one. This is Klutch, and off Forgotten Lands. Over and out.